we have a powerful community that's all rallied around this idea of freedom through principle-centered leadership. That's the vision that we've got here in the Home Business Academy. It's the vision that inspires and guides everything that we do here within our community. And we also want to, embody that and teach that and empower our prospects and empower our friends and empower anyone that we can to build lives of freedom through principle-centered leadership. Real quick, some cool things that happened this last year. I've got a list of just 4 bullet points that I wanted to talk about. The first one, this was kind of on a personal note, but it also impacts our community as well, because as I mentioned, our dream and our vision is freedom through principle-centered leadership. Another thing that we like to say in our community is be the change you wish to see in the world, right? That quote comes from Gandhi. We've got it at the top of all of the Facebook groups that we've got, and the idea is there that we want to be that which we want to create more of in the world. And so on a personal note, this year, 2019, for me, was the year that I officially retired. Can you guys believe that? I retired at 40 years old this year. It's been a dream. It's been a vision. It's been something that my family's been working on for well over a decade. And let me kind of define what retirement is. Let's be specific about it. I've got 2 definitions of retirement that I want to share. Number 1, retirement is when you work because you want to, not because you have to. And by that definition, I actually, and Mike and others in our community, retired a long time ago. We've got leaders here in our community that have been doing what they want, not because they have to, but because they want to for many, many years. So that's the first definition of retirement. The second definition is when your passive income equals or surpasses your monthly expenses. And in our community, we like to say there's 2 ways to get there, right? The first way is to build a business from home, where your passive income equals or surpasses your monthly expenses. That's like retirement level 1, right? And again, several members in our community they did that a long time ago. And then retirement level 2 is where you have passive income from investments that equal or surpass your monthly expenses. And that's what my family did this year. We built an investment portfolio where our passive income now is past our monthly family expenses. And so literally our business income could disappear overnight. Not that it's going to happen. We've got a great profitable income stream coming in from that. But even if it went away, we've got enough income coming in from our investments that we would still never have to get a job. I would still never have to go to work. And I want everyone to think about that just for a second. Imagine getting to a point, maybe some of you are already there, right? And if you are, share with us what that's like. But I want to invite everyone to imagine, what would it be like to wake up in the morning and literally not have to do a thing, and your income would still, you see the smile, coming across my face, right? Because it's this idea that I've been talking about and thinking about and dreaming about for so long. And I literally have a lifestyle right now where that's literally the case. I'm on this webinar, not because I have to be, but because I want to be, but because I want to inspire more freedom, right? And so how does this relate to our community? Well, if you're with us, if you choose to run with us in our community, see, that's a story. Building a business from home, a big part of it is being able to promote stories, being able to promote people, being able to promote lifestyles that other people want to have. And I'll tell you, for about the last couple of years, as I could see this day in my future, visualizing this point where I was going to get to this spot, I wanted it for 2 reasons. One, I wanted it for my family and what it could do for us in our lifestyle. But the second reason is I knew that by me achieving this goal, it was going to be able to do wonders for everyone in our community, because it's just another it's a success story. It's like proof of concept, right? Freedom through principle-centered leadership. Is it possible to build an income stream that does not require you to be there? Is it possible? Yes, right? Yes, on many levels. And so that was one thing that happened this last year, and I'm really excited about it, again, for the reasons that I mentioned. And again, I think that's just going to really help our community this year. Now, the second thing that I wanted to talk about real quick is as I was going back through some of the numbers from this last year, I was doing our books actually on Saturday, I realized that in 2019, we helped 72 people earn a commission, right? 2019, 1 year, 72 people earned a commission. What do you guys think about that? Is that an impressive number? Is that an exciting number? I mean, for some reason, I didn't really think about as we're doing what we're doing with the academy and we're helping people make money and we're teaching and we're training, we're doing the best that we can to help people win. I never really thought about, okay, well, how many do we have actually making money? And so when I downloaded that list and I saw that, I was like, wow, that's actually pretty amazing. Our little community, 72 people earned a commission in 2019. And it inspires me to know that we're doing great things in the world right now and we can do even more together. And I'm just really excited about what's possible for this next year for those of us who want to run with our community. The second thing that I wanted to share with everyone is, one of the things that I think is really important in building a business from home, of course, we've got to have dreams of, the income that we want to make and the lifestyle that we want to create. We've got to have those. And I think another big thing that people are looking for, at least I know this is true for myself, I think we're looking for significance, right? We're looking for this sense that, hey, what we're doing is actually making a positive difference in the world. What we're doing is actually shining lights in the world that wouldn't be there had I not decided to show up and, put my pants on and go to work today. And so one of the things that I love about our community is that for every product we sell in the Home Business Academy, for every $100 in commissions any one of our affiliates earn, we donate as a community enough money to feed one child 4 days worth of meals through an organization called Feed My Starving Children. And we decided to do this actually before we even started the company. When Mike and I were masterminding the Home Business Academy, we thought, what are some different things we can do to set up our company in such a way that whenever anyone makes a sale, a commission is paid, a product is delivered. So we've got 2 lives that have been affected. But wouldn't it be cool if we could set up our company in such a way that every time a product was delivered, every time a commission was paid, that something good in the world happened, totally way outside of what was happening within our company. And so we searched and searched and searched, and we found this really great organization called Feed My Starving Children. And I would give everyone an invitation. If you're ever curious about this organization, do some research, on this company. They're really amazing what they do. Most all of the money that's donated goes directly to helping kids in third world countries have nutritious meals to eat. They've got volunteer events where they'll actually have volunteers show up and pack the food to send to these kids in these third world countries. It's a really great organization. And this last year, check this out. In 2019, we as a community provided 26,629 meals to kids in the world who wouldn't have had those meals to eat had the Home Business Academy not made the decision to come into existence. And I will tell you what, guys, that fires me up. I mean, it was total so far in our company, we've helped to provide 72,062 meals. And so I was doing the math, and 26,629 means we increased this year by 38%, which is pretty amazing, for a year. And I wanted to share with you guys just this little screenshot. From time to time, I get these messages, from this gal at Feed My Starving Children. Her name's Jessica. She'll leave me these voice messages, and she'll say, Paul, I just wanted to tell you how thankful we are. You and your community, you guys help feed this many kids. And so I sent her an email here a month or so ago, and I said, hey, I got your message this week, and I just wanted to say thank you, thank you, thank you. These voice messages and notes of gratitude really mean a lot and keep us inspired to keep donating. Thank you for all you do. All the best. And then she responded and said, we couldn't feed as many kids as we do without you. Thank you for being so awesome and generous. And I just wanted to pass that along because this is what we're doing as a community. Because, we want to inspire freedom. We want to empower freedom, right? And so we create products that help people with freedom in their lives. We pay commissions when people in our community make a sale so that they can grow their freedom. And then while all of that is happening, we are causing this positive benefit in the world. And, I think going back to the original thought, significance, what can we do to really make a difference in the world? We can create freedom for ourselves. I think that's really important and powerful. I think about the different people that are doing amazing things in the world. Of course, I think about Elon Musk. He's like at the top of my list of heroes. He's trying to make humanity a multi-planetary species, and he's trying to get humanity off of fossil fuels. And he started these companies, doing all these amazing things in the world. Right? I'm like, wow. How could I ever do anything like that? That's incredible. And but then I think about how in the world right now, there are and I've got 4 kids. How many of you guys have children? I know Amy has children. Todd has kids. I've got 4 little kids, and I look at my kids and I'm like, it's hard for me to imagine that there's literally kids in the world right now who wake up without any food to eat and who wake up without any clean water. And that's just the fact of the world we live in. And, I don't want to get everyone sad or angry or upset or mad, but I just want to highlight that is something that is in the world, a current condition. And with our company, we have the opportunity to have an effect on that. So as I look off, this next year, and I think about, all right, Paul, why do you want to go gather more customers? Why do you want to get on and do a webinar? Why do you want to, build this community? Of course, helping people create freedom is all a big part of it. Helping people have a lifestyle of freedom where they can have more time with their kids, where they can do more of the things that they love, where they can do less of the things that they don't love, right? Where they can just, be who they're meant to be in the world. Like all of that is really, really inspiring to me. And also this idea that as I grow my income, I can actually make a real difference in the world, helping kids have food to eat. That's just something that really inspires me. So I hope it inspires you. And I just wanted to highlight that. And again, say thanks to everyone who's helping to make that a reality, which is everyone who's ever been a part of the Home Business Academy, whether you're active right now or not. If you've ever bought a product from us, you've helped in this mission. So thank you, thank you, thank you. The other thing that I wanted to highlight real quick from this last year is we made a decision, as many of you know, to switch out one of our products. We had a funnel builder product that we launched last year. And when we launched that product, we knew a couple of things. We knew that the $25 price point was amazing. We knew that the offer of a funnel builder coupled with the $25 price point was almost irresistible. And then we knew that the $25 price point coupled with the funnel builder product coupled with $20 commissions absolutely was irresistible. We found that out last year, and we started selling a bunch of these, our new front end product. And we got into it a little ways, and we realized that, there were some issues with the funnel builder itself that we were promoting. It was great. It was a decent product. I'll say that. It was a decent product. It did, for the most part, what people needed it to do, but we knew that it could be better. And so Mike and I were masterminding, and we said, hey, what if we could actually have a custom funnel builder for our community that was amazing, that people actually loved? So we not only had the price point, we not only had the $20 residuals, but we actually had a product that people love. And so this last year, 2019, was the year that we partnered up with some great developers, and we created a product that people actually really, really love, myself included. And Derek Nelson, who's here tonight, good to see you, Derek. He posted this in the group this last week. This is from Alinta Rose, a customer that he shared the funnel builder with. And she said, built my first funnel with the HBA Funnel Builder. I love it. I'm with this funnel builder for life. So simple and easy. My GoDaddy synced up easily. Isn't that great? And so we've got a lot of testimonials of people using this funnel builder. And so I just wanted to highlight this because I think this was a monumental move for our company. And we actually had people reach out while we were doing this transition, and they're like, wow, that's really gutsy of you guys to switch everyone over. And, you run the risk of losing people. You run the risk of confusing people. But we knew it was the right move because, as with everything we do in the academy and with anything we all do in home-based business, we always want to promote things that we feel really good about, that we really love, that we know, Zig Ziglar, he said, one of my favorite quotes from Zig Ziglar, he said, sales is not a thing in the world, but a transference of feeling. So how you feel about the product that you're bringing to market is how your prospects are going to feel. So we knew it was really important to get that out. And I think that was an awesome step forward we did this year. So Mike, anything you want to say about the funnel builder? Anything I missed from 2019 before we get into the theme for 2020 and the content that we wanted to share?
You recapped it perfectly, but I just want to say, I'm super proud of, the lengths that we've gone in HBA to kind of expand over the last, I mean, do you guys know, I don't know if everybody knows this, but we launched in 2016. Okay. So the end of 2016. So we've actually been in business now. Isn't that like going on our fourth year now? So we've gone 3 years now and we're into our fourth year in business. So I think it's really awesome that we're still here, right? You know, like a lot of masterminds and companies, they come and go, you know, 1 year in, maybe 2 years at the most. You know, we're still going 4 years in, or we're on our fourth year, and we're still going, and we're here to, you know, continue to expand, continue to improve our products, and continue to deliver more value to the marketplace than we receive in cash value. That's one of our founding principles in our manifesto, and you know, we're following it. So I'm just excited about 2020, and yeah, so let's get right into that. I think that's a good thing.
Awesome. Cool. All right. So here's the deal is the theme for 2020. I'm going to share that, but then I'm going to come back because there's like, okay, you know, 2020, we're going into 2020. How do we make this like an amazing year? So in building a business from home, there are really two huge things I think we all want to do. So I'm going to share the theme, then we're going to come back to the two things, and then we're going to go through the theme, and we're going to share some content scattered throughout that theme that I think is really going to help us all. And so the theme for 2020, are you guys ready? Are you excited? I'm monitoring the faces. Jason Otter, good to see you, man. He posted in the group today. This is his first webinar, so thanks for making it, Jason. Good to see you. Okay, so the theme for 2020 is this: connections, content, community, and cash. Connections, content, community, and cash. All four of those start with C, so they should be easy for us to remember. And as we're going through this next year, I really believe that if we ever get like, you know, like, okay, what should I be doing to make this my best year ever? Connections, content, community, and cash. And we're going to elaborate on those four things as we go throughout this webinar. But I want to take a brief break and come back to the two tips that I wanted to share. The first thing, right, and this is probably not going to be a surprise for anyone here. We've probably all heard this before, but you know what? Even though we've heard it before, it's something that is so important we need to be reminded of, and we need to do it, right? Even though we've done it before. I've done this thing we're going to talk about many times. I've seen great results in my life and business all the times that I've done it before, but we're in a new year, so we need to learn how to do it again, right? And so number one, in fact, I want to have Todd come out because Todd messaged me the other day, Todd, the G man, and he said, hey, Paul, he's like, I was just thinking this random thought. I wanted to pass it your way, and I think this is really important for us to get out on our webinar tomorrow night. And I said, yes, Todd, that's perfect. Would you come out and share? So, Todd, why don't you come on out and share with everyone what you were telling me in the Facebook chat, and this will be a way to introduce this first thing that we want to invite everyone to do to make 2020 awesome. And I think you got to unmute yourself. Can you unmute yourself? Let me unmute you. Okay, cool. There you are.
Hey, can you hear me all right?
You sound great, man.
Awesome, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I was just sharing a tip. A few years ago, I was doing some sales, and I started with this company. And, you know, we had weekly coaching sessions much like this on Zoom, and we were taught strategies and, you know, different tactics. But 1 week, the sales manager came out, and he was like a rock star. I mean, he was the top seller of the company and regarded, you know, just as like a superstar. And he shared one thing. He said he used to be the worst salesperson ever. And he wasn't like joking about it. He's like, he couldn't make sales. He couldn't do anything. And he said one tip changed everything. And he shared it with us, and it was a one sentence. And I didn't really believe it when he shared it. And but I was really not like making the grade. I was close to being kicked out because I wasn't making the amount of sales I needed. So I thought I would try it. And sure enough, I tried it. And within a few weeks, I not only you know, made my quota, I got some bonuses and got promoted. And recently, I've forgotten about it till yesterday. I got 2 sales notifications yesterday. And it reminded me that not too long ago, maybe the end of October, just out of habit, I was doing this just because of past habits. in my car and different things. So I wanted to share that. It's one sentence. It really is. Okay. So it was, I make blank product sales per blank, and it's fun and easy. Now, he was a big kind of philosophical person, Zen person. But he said, you need to say this to the universe, and the universe will respond. So like, you can think it to yourself, but it's better to proclaim it out loud. So in my car, I'm usually like, I make 2 funnel builder sales a day, and it's fun and easy, and stuff like that. And sometimes a song will come on and I'll change the lyrics to be that, or whatever product it is, right? That's just an example. But sure enough, it's worked for me a couple of times over and over again, if I remember to fall back into that. So proclaiming what you not only want, but what you are doing before you actually do it. And he said the universe will respond, and it's responded to me. So I highly encourage everybody to do that. I make blank product sales per blank, and it's fun and easy. And it's got to be fun and easy. You got to feel it. You got to start enjoying it as well.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Todd, for sharing that. And, one sentence that stood out to me in the messages that you were sending me is you said, you have to tell the universe what you want. And I was like, wow, that rings so true. So whether it's, making this statement of what the sales you're going to create, or it's, having a purpose of the amount of money you're going to create in 2020, whether that's a lump sum you're going to have in your bank account at the end of the year, whether it's a monthly income amount, whether it's a daily income amount. Like, what is your intention for 2020? If we could forecast ourselves to the end of 2020 and say, okay, here I am today, and in 1 year, I'm going to be in this exact spot that I'm at today. Just 1 year later, what do I want to be different about my income situation? And in our community, for those of you who participate in our daily mastermind calls that we do every single day, which, by the way, are available. All the recordings are in HBA Premium, but the daily calls themselves are available for anyone, prospects, customers, non-customers, anyone who wants to learn laws of success. Every single day, we go through this statement called the Major Definite Purpose Self-Confidence Formula. And I'm going to go ahead and post the link to that document in the chat. If you guys are on the replay, we'll get a link below the video. But this is just straight from the book Think and Grow Rich, where he gives us his formula. By the last day of December 2020, I will have in my possession, whatever income amount you want to create. And then he's got this self-confidence formula. And for those of you who've been in the academy, my quick story, I struggled for a lot of years in home business. And it wasn't until every night I started walking outside my trailer house in Idaho underneath the stars, literally every night religiously saying, by the last day of December 2009, I will have in my possession. And I literally was telling the universe, God, infinite intelligence, whatever, myself, my subconscious mind, whatever you want to call it. I was saying, here's my order. This is what I want. This is what I'm going to create. And I'll be darned if that exact income amount didn't show up, minus a $2 check processing fee, after I started doing that. So that's definitely one thing we want to encourage everyone to do for 2020 is set a purpose, set a major definite purpose. And I like how it's major definite purpose, because sometimes we go into 2020 or we go into a new year and we're like, okay, what goals should we set? We got health goals, we got family goals, we got relationship goals, we got all the, it's like, well, and those are all great purposes. Those are all great goals, but what is your major one? What is the one thing that you really want to focus on this next year? And I'll tell you, for me, all throughout my career in home-based business, family's always been important. Friends have always been important. Health has always been important. All of that being said, money, right? Having an income goal, having my mind focused primarily on the amount of income that I want to create has solved so many other problems for me and has enhanced all of those other areas of my life. So we really want to encourage everyone to have a definite major purpose. Print that sheet out, write it down, set your intention for the next year. That's the first tip. The second tip that I think is... oh yeah, go ahead, Mike.
One little thing on what Todd just talked about, which I think is pretty cool that I've actually applied to, is there was I don't know if anyone's ever been like this, but has anyone ever been like in a sponsoring rut or whatever you want to call it, or maybe like they hit this number and kind of hit this cap? Like I remember before a certain company, before I got into mentor, it was like in 2011. So I joined Home-Based Business in 2007, actually the first time in 2003. But all the way from that 2007 all the way to 2011, which is quite a few years. I think that's what, like 5 years or something like that. I can't even do math right now. But that whole time, the most I've ever sponsored, and this is pretty interesting because those of you who know me know I've sponsored a lot of people, but the most I ever sponsored in one company was 30 people. Okay. So I would sponsor 30 people, and then I'd hit this roadblock, and then I just would go months without sponsoring anyone. Right. And then I'd be like, oh, maybe it's the company and I got to go leave the company. Right. And then I go join another one. And then I would sponsor 30 people in that one. And I just started realizing that maybe I was just sponsoring, the same people over and over, or, you know what I mean? It was just like this block that I had and then all of a sudden I went to this live event where this trainer, he was talking about sponsoring two a day. And at first I was just like, sponsoring 2 a day, like the most I've ever even done was 30, like period. So how am I going to do 2 a day? And I swear it was just a belief switch, right? It literally was a belief switch. Like I came out of that event and I was like, you know what? I can sponsor 2 people a day. And I actually wrote down that in an affirmation as well. And I thought it was kind of funny because it was kind of something similar to what Todd just said. But, I was so grateful that I'm sponsoring 2 people a day easily, right? And I added that little easily thing. And I did that every day. And then all of a sudden, in that company, I ended up sponsoring, like throughout the whole time I've been in there, 1,200 people. Okay. 1,200 people. So I went from never sponsoring more than 30 people ever in one company to sponsoring 1,200 in that company. So, and that's like personally sponsored. That's not like my team. That was like personal, right? And that was a $25 product, which is kind of funny that we have one now in this company that's 25, right? And that was all a little mindset belief, little switch I had to turn on. And I think doing this little exercise with the major definite purpose and actually manifesting that out there, I really like what Todd said there, how many sales per day do you want to get, right? And if you could just turn that little belief switch on, maybe you'll get past that rut that you're in. So anyway, just thought I'd share that.
I love it. I love it. Great story, Mike. So inspiring, man. And so that leads us to the second thing that I think is really important for us all to think about before we get into 2020. And that is, so hopefully we've all got our major definite purpose, the dream, the goal, the vision that we want to drive to this next year. The next question is, what vehicle do we want to drive to get to that goal, to get to that dream? One of the things that I like about Elon Musk is you always hear him talk about how he'll boil things down to a first principles perspective, which basically means he boils things down to the very fundamental truth where he'll say, okay, what is required for me to get, what is actually scientifically required for me to do what I want to do? And I think about that with building a home-based business. And it's like, okay, we want to make a certain amount of money. What do we need to make that certain amount of money? We need a goal, right? The second thing is we need something to sell, and we need people to sell that something to, right? And that's literally it, to be able to make an income from home. And so here's the point is we want to invite everyone to really think about what your primary income vehicle is, right? Now, obviously in the Home Business Academy, we have an income vehicle in and of itself, but we never like say, hey, you should promote what we're doing. Our vision is helping people to reach their goals, whether they're promoting what we're promoting or not. One thing that we do know, however, is that it's really important to have a vehicle that is equipped to get you to where you want to go. And one thing that I think many of us have learned over the years is that not all vehicles are created equal, right? So we wanted to talk just for a second about some things to look for in a vehicle. And maybe, Mike, I'll bring you back out. And I'll ask everyone also, for those of you who have been in home business for a while, what would you say? Let us know in the comments. What are some things that you would say are good to look for in an income vehicle? And what are some things you have learned you would say maybe stay away from? And we can all learn from each other in the comments. And while we're, inviting people to do that, Mike, what would you say for picking an income vehicle? Some guidelines to think about.
Yeah, great question. And, when I think of an income vehicle, so like, how, when you're going to a job or whatever, or you're picking an online business and we're actually, the specific question is income, right? Income vehicle, right? But I think a lot of times people will be looking for something that maybe they're just absolute, like maybe they find a product that they absolutely love, like maybe a health product or maybe like some kind of other product, which is great. I love that. It's always great to promote something that you're just totally passionate about. And that's a good, thing to do, obviously, but it's an income vehicle. I want everyone to really realize that you're picking an income vehicle, right? So if you think about it like that, there's tons of, I'll just tell you right now, I'll be honest, there's a ton of health products that I actually purchase on a monthly basis that there's no way I would use as an income vehicle. Why? Because they pay like $1 per sale or something, right? And I'd have to like literally build a team of, 100,000 people to make $100,000 a year or something. You know what I mean? It's like a ridiculous amount of people and sales to make an income, right? So I always like to mention this because there's a lot of things out there that we love, there's that you're passionate about. Maybe you're passionate about health and wellness. Maybe you're passionate about something. But if you're picking an income vehicle, one of my criteria is obviously needs to be a good product and a good way to, something that you like and something that's valuable, right? One of our principles here is, does it deliver more in use value than you take in cash value, right? So that's my qualification on the product side, right? But on top of that, so there's a lot of products out there that, like I said, that I take personally and I buy every single month that, delivers more use value than a taking cash value. Okay. Check. But then they don't hit the second criteria. They don't qualify as an income vehicle because they don't pay very well on your personal efforts, right? A lot of these comp plans out there and a lot of these things out there, what they do is they make it in a downline model to where they disperse the commissions multiple levels deep, sometimes even unlimited levels. Like there's some, binary plans and things. It's like they pay unlimited levels, right? On those things. I mean, there's lots of qualifications and stuff, but I'm just saying they spread it out so thin that you end up, going after a income vehicle that you can't make a good income with. And I've actually seen a lot of people do that. They pick a product that's great, but they actually don't realize that, okay, how many sales, and this is a question I want everybody to write down, how many sales will it take of that product that you personally make, right? That you personally make to make your income goal. So what are your guys' income goals, by the way? Let me know in the comments, is it $3,000 a month? Is it $10,000 a month? What is it? Like, what's the income goal in 2020? What do you want to hit your, to actually, like one of our freedom, qualifications is, what will it take to replace all of your monthly income expenses? What's that number, like, to replace it, to quit your job or to whatever goals you have? What's that number? And a lot of people are saying 10,000. There's Jason says $4,000 a month. So 10,000, that's good. So here's the formula on picking an income vehicle on this second criteria. A is divide that number by by the commission you earn on your personal sale. Okay? So divide that number by the commission you earn on your personal sale. So if you have a product that pays, and then there's also potential, right? So if there's multiple products, like in our company, for example, we have a $20 commission on one of our products and a $100 residual commission on our second product. So I'm not even going to talk about the third product right now, but there's obviously potential to make one-time commissions as well. But we're talking about residuals right now. When you're picking good income, I like to focus on residuals because the one-time commissions are great. It's kind of like a bonus, but it's not long-term, right? It's like a one and done type of commission, right? The long-term is the residuals, right? So when you're picking a vehicle, what are the residuals? So we can make in Home Business Academy $120 residual on one sale, technically, right? So what would that be? So for $4,000 a month divided by 120, that would mean you need 33 sales to make your income goal, right? How cool is that, right? Now that's a cool way to hit an income goal, 33 sales. That seems doable, right? That's like, a couple sales a month, right? For the year. That's it, right? And then you hit your $4,000 income goal. Well, if you pick a company that, let's say to hit that income goal, you only get paid $1. Well, now you take that 4,000 divided by $1. Now you need 4,000 sales. So you guys get the difference. So there's products, like I said, out there that I get paid $1 to $5 a commission. Great products, great companies, love them, but I don't personally choose them as an income vehicle mainly. And maybe you can put them on the passive, like on the back end or something. Like you could be like, I take these products. I'm not like actively promoting it up front because it's not a very great income vehicle, right? But you can use the same products I'm using. Here, take them. Like that's totally cool. But as for an income vehicle in 2020, I think one of the most important criteria is how much do you earn personally on your sales, and downline sales are bonus. Okay? Downline sales are bonus. And if you can kind of switch into that mindset, then you're going to do the right activities to hit your income goal this year. And then from there, you can expand into other income streams or whatever you want to do. But I think you should focus on your personal income stream in 2020 if you guys want to actually hit it, right? And do the numbers and write it down. So if you don't know your company's comp plan, I highly recommend you at least go upline or ask someone to just ask them this question. How much do we earn residually on our personal sales? They say $2, then there you go. You divide that by the income goal you have, and then that's the number of people you need to make. And you need to maybe divide that up by 12 and be like, okay, I need to sponsor this many people per month. And then start writing that down in your little goals, and like what Todd G just said. So if it's 83 sales, so Amy says 83 sales, 83 divided by 12, you've got to make about 7 sales per month on these 2 products to hit $10,000 a month in 2020 residual. So that's you guys see how that's a good exercise for any company you guys are in? So anyway, those are my 2 criteria. Obviously there's more criteria, like community is important, training, all that stuff. But at least at a bare minimum, pick a good product that gives more use value than you take in cash value. And then obviously, once that's the check, then also you need to make sure you can make a full-time income from it, or at least hit your goal within a year, right? If you can't hit your goal within a year, you're going to be working at that for a long time. And I don't know, it just doesn't seem like worth it, So anyway, I just thought I'd throw those 2 criteria out.
Those are great tips, Mike, and everyone's putting really great tips also in the comments. And I would just throw out a couple other things to think about. If you're going to build something that pays a residual, I actually saw this in a network marketing presentation I watched a couple of weeks ago from a very, very famous guy. You'd probably all know who it is if I said the name. But he said, one thing you have to be sure of when choosing a vehicle, if you're earning a residual, is that the company is going to go the distance. Like, they're not going to be here today and gone tomorrow. And my experience, and maybe this was my error all throughout my first several, decade of building businesses from home, is, I made great money, but I must have picked the wrong companies because they all went out of business. Every single one of them, which is one of the reasons we started the academies, because hey, we need something that's going to go the distance, and so pick something that's going to go the distance. Or the other option is to make sure you're getting paid enough money on your sales that if something happens to the company, it's like, hey, it's okay. I made it. I was making great money, along the way. And we tried to design the Home Business Academy, that way, where we fully plan on going the distance. Our vision, our freedom through principle-centered leadership, one of the principles is persistence. We kind of joke around like we can never quit because that's one of our principles, right? But even so, because we pay 80% commission, if heaven forbid, if something ever did happen to the academy, I feel like, holy cow, I've been paid really well, even if my income were to stop. And I think that's a great thing to think about. And then also, one thing that Mike hit on, more in use value than you take in cash value. That's a big one that a lot of people don't really see the importance of, or all the reasons why that is important. But let me just throw out one. Not everybody you sponsor will go forth and make a great income from home. Unfortunately, that's the truth. And so so I can sleep well at night, I always want to make sure that the things I'm selling, if people use the things they buy, their life will be better, even if they don't go, build an income. I think that's really important just for peace of mind and, sense of wellness moving forward. So I would definitely consider that. You want to promote things that are good. So those are really good tips, guys. So set an intention for your income this year. Pick your vehicle, your primary vehicle that you're going to plant your flag with. Like Katie Stage says, she says, I not only plant my flag in the ground, I plant my flag in a bucket of cement, and then I cement that in the ground. I think that's really important. People don't want to follow, I don't think, you guys let me know if I'm wrong on this, but I don't want to follow people who are wishy-washy. I don't want to follow people who are promoting this thing in January, this thing in February, this thing in March, this thing in April. No, I want to follow people who are planted, who know where they're at and why they're there, who have a vision to stay the course and fight until they win and fight until their people win. Like, those are the types of people I want to run with. And if that's the case, then that means I need to be that type of person. And if you want to attract people, that means you need to be that type of person. And that goes back to picking your vehicle. Pick that vehicle and really run with it, at least for this next year. Don't be flip-flopping it around. And so that leads us into our theme. So we wanted to talk about these real quick and how we can help each other win together. Again, I think this is one of the unique things about our community is we have the opportunity to really help each other win. As our community gets stronger, we can become more powerful in helping each other, get to where we want to go. And so, our theme for this year: connections, content, community, and cash. So I'm gonna talk just real quick about connections. Then we'll bring maybe Mike out, and again, we'll be reading the chats and learning from everybody. Talk about content, community, and cash. And again, these things that we're gonna share, you can use whether you run with us or you build something totally different, or you say those Home Business Academy people, they're crazy, I don't want anything to do with them. If you'll listen to what we're going to share with you, you can get some real value for building your business. So connections, right? So connections. Oh, thank you, Amy. She says, we all have so much to be grateful for here. We have the best heart-centered leaders in the industry. Thank you, Amy. Thank you. I like to think that that's what we're really endeavoring to do, is create a space filled with heart-centered leaders, principle-centered leaders, people who are offering a home and home business, people who are offering something different, something refreshing, something that we can all resonate with, right? That's part of the vision here. So it means so much that you see that, Amy. So connections, guys, connections. So a lot of what we do in the Home Business Academy, most actually, is online, right? And so online, you could say, well, connections don't matter, drive traffic, make sales, send emails, blah, 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 blah. And all that's great and all that's good. And we love all of that. But here's one thing that I want to share with everyone, and that is connections are really important. I actually have one of my first mentors he actually has cancer, and he's got a couple of months to live. He was the first mentor that helped me to hit my first six-figure income from home. And I'll get teary-eyed if I think too much about it. He's a really great guy. He taught me a lot. Mike Hobbs knows him. Mike and I actually went on his sailboat in Florida, had the time of our lives. We're actually on this sailboat in the water, you know, cruising. The breeze was in our face, and we have our phones out, and we're seeing commission notifications. We actually made a video on this guy's sailboat talking about how cool it is to make commissions while you're on a sailboat, right? So this is our friend Doc, and anyway, he's dying. And one of the things that he said, he made this video on Facebook. He said as he's thought back over all of his years in life, he had one request, and that was he wanted all of his friends to share some of their favorite memories in the comments that he could go ahead and read through. And he said, it's really true. So this is a man who's dying, right? So I would say that these words carry some weight. He said, it's really true that our most important things in life that we value the most are the connections that we have, the relationships we have, the friendships that we built. And I think that's true. You know, I think that's so true. And in building a business from home, connections are really important. And as you're sponsoring people into whatever business that you're going to be building, and when we get to the content, you know, we'll talk about traffic and autopilot sales and sending emails, and all of that stuff is really great. And I wouldn't be where I'm at today. Mike wouldn't be where he's at today without all of that. But that being said, as people are getting started building a business from home, I think the line from the Bible is filled with wisdom that says, milk before meat. You know, there's like a process that you learn and you grow through. And so in the Academy, since we've started, even though we've done really well on the internet, we've always had this connections piece, an important part for reaching out and sponsoring people. And then also for, you know, helping people to stay connected and involved in the community, as these connections are really important. And so inside the Home Business Academy Premium membership, we've got 2 great trainings. If you're a member, I encourage you to check them out. If you're not a member, or you were a member and you want to become a member, we'll have a link below the video. I think Michael maybe put it in the chat too, where you can join for $1. But I'm going to give you some highlights. So we have a Launch Your Business video. I was actually talking to Shannon Steffler, who's here tonight. She lives just 30 minutes away from me here in Idaho. Isn't that so cool? We met on the internet, and she lives in Idaho, and she got started, and she was messaging me the other day. She's like, Paul, what do I do? Do I build a funnel? Do I get my autoresponder? Do I start sending emails? You know, help me, Rhonda, or help me, Paul. And I said, okay, here's a couple of good getting started steps. Number 1, get your affiliate link, your link to the presentation that has the video to whatever you're going to promote. That's the first step. Second step, learn the 4-step invitation process that you can use to reach out to people you're already connected with. And after I shared this with her, Shannon said, literally in the chat, she said, hallelujah. She's like, I was so overwhelmed. Thank you for sharing this with me, right? So connection. So what I shared with Shannon, and again, this is in the Launching Your Business training inside HBA Premium. We've got a 4-step invite process. This is for people that you've got your goal, you've got your vehicle, you love your vehicle, you're not ashamed of it, you're excited to share it with others because you know it's awesome, you know it'll help their lives, right? So now the third step is, who do I know that I'm open to reaching out to in an attractive way, not a spammy, annoying, ridiculous way, but an attractive way. And then you follow these 4 steps. And here's the 4 steps. Number 1, you express goodwill. Number 2, you remove pressure. Number 3, you arouse curiosity. Number 4, you deliver the invitation. So that could be a simple Facebook message. Derek Nelson, hey, what's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. How are you doing? You know, hope you're doing well. I'm expressing goodwill. Hey, listen, this might be a long shot. I don't know what you got going on, but hey, I ran across something I'm pretty excited about. It looks like it could be pretty lucrative here for 2020. Just curious to know if you'd be open to taking a peek. If you're open, let me know. I'd love to send you a video. If not, no worries. Hey, Derek, still message me back, man. I had so much fun, you know, when we were hanging out on those webinars on those Monday nights and the HBA Premium masterminds. I want to know what you're doing and what you're up to. Boom, you send the message, right? Derek gets that message. He's like, wonder what Paul's doing. Yeah, I'm open. Or no, I'm not. Regardless, the relationship and the connection is strengthened, right? So that's a simple way to get invites out to people you're already connected to. Now, what about people you're connected to that you don't know that well? Well, those people, you want to follow what we call the 3-step, the 3 steps to irresistible invitations. I've taught this for years. I've done it for years. It works for social media connections. It works for leads you're generating. It just plain out works. And here's the 3 steps. Number 1, make a friend. Number 2, find a need. Number 3, suggest a solution. Make a friend, and this is something I did with Shannon, who's on here tonight, right? We got connected on Facebook. I didn't know her, so I didn't jump right into an invite. Instead, I said, holy cow, you're in Idaho Falls? That's only 30 minutes away from me. Are you from there originally? And I just started asking her questions, right? How many kids do you have? She's got a bunch, like me. And we just started building rapport. And then through that conversation, I was kind of sensing where she was at. Right now, she's in nursing school. She's about ready to be a nurse. Asking her questions about, do you see yourself doing that down the road? I learned that she'd thought about information marketing, right? So as I'm talking to her and building a relationship, I'm listening and I'm looking for a need. And then I can get to that third point. I think in the case of Shannon, she said something funny like, all right, well, show me what you got. Let me look at what you're pitching, something like that. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, here's the video. But had she not said that, I would have said, hey, you mentioned you might be open to some information marketing down the road. We've got something really cool that could help with that. Would you be open to taking a look, right? So I've made a friend. I've listened for a need. And then I'm giving an invitation that fits that need that I sense. And that's how you sponsor and recruit through connections to build your business from home. And those processes, they're rock solid. They're golden. They will work if you'll become a master. A lot of people don't want to put in the time. They don't want to, take the time to actually have connections with people and build relationships and do it the right way. But I'll tell you, my first mentor in network marketing, he said something that's always stuck with me, and I say this all the time, and I think it's 100% true. He said, this is not an easy business, but it's a simple business. And back then, 10 years ago, I'm like, what does that even mean? It's not an easy business, but it's a simple business. What's the difference? Now I know. It's simple because the things we have to do to make money in this business, they are very simple. You can master them. We can master them. It's not rocket science. The hard part is actually doing them day in, day out, every day. People join a home-based business and they're like, oh, I'm going to work for an hour on Tuesday and then maybe I'll work again next month. Or maybe I'll work for, next couple of months. Or maybe when I go to the event or the convention, I'll get excited and I'll work for a week and then I'll slow down. No, think of this like a job. Think of this like every single day. You got to be marketing your business. You got to be making connections like a job, right? Whatever time you've got, you got to work this thing. I wish it was easy. As I look back over my last 10 years, I'm like, man, I wish I could tell people it was easy. And you hear people in home business all the time. This is so easy. This is easy push button commissions. Woohoo! Show me, guys. Show me a business that's easy like that. I've not seen one in over a decade. But here's the thing. It's worth it. If you'll do it right, if you'll put in the time, if you'll learn the skills and practice them every day, it's worth it. The results that you can produce are so worth it. So that's connections. The next part is content. So there's content you consume and content you create. So Mike, what do you think about content? When we think about, throw out this word content, what comes to your mind? Like what kind of important content, what kind of stuff is important?
Well, for sure, when the consuming content, that is kind of like the personal development side of things. Like you always should be growing yourself, right? So one of the areas that you should definitely be growing is your skill sets, right? Like if you're not building a skill, like for example, if you had the best mindset in the world, you had the greatest intention, you want to make $10,000 a month, right? Residual, you want maybe a new house, maybe you want to get out of debt, whatever it is. Like if you have that intention, that's great. But if you don't have a skill set to get there, like it's not going to happen. Like that's just kind of like wishful thinking, right? You have the intention out there and that's the first step, but then you have to actually have the skill set. And a lot of people just say, no, you just got to take action. Well, no, that's actually not true. Like if you're going to take action, like how in the world are you going to, like let's say you can take crappy action, by the way, like you can take inefficient action. Okay. Like you could be spamming your link all over Facebook. And that's not going to get you to the end result, your intention, right? So you need to learn a skill set. So like Paul just talked about, that's one skill set, right? The connection skill set. What's other skill set that you should be consuming? Maybe like a marketing strategy, like a YouTube training. Learn how to do YouTube videos, or learn how to make blog posts and things of that nature. So that goes to the next section. So consuming would be more of like learning, right? Learning a skill set. Also be reading every day, you know, be doing personal development and things like that. We have a mindset call. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But the next part of content is the create, right? The creating. And one of my mentors, he actually did a webinar recently, and he was talking about like his daily action plan he used to hit his first 6-figure income from home. And one of his daily actions was he got 20 no's a day. So that would be the connections part, right? So he got 20 no's a day, and he created 1 video a day. He did 20 no's a day and did 1 video a day. Now that is actually the connections and the content right there, right? So, and he did a video a day, and he's still doing a video a day every day to this day, right? And that was like in 2009. So could you imagine like if all of us did a video a day from 2009 till now? That would be pretty crazy, wouldn't it? Like how many videos would you have out there? Maybe if you just did it for a year. So 1 video, maybe 5 days a week for this 2020. How many videos is that? Let me know in the comments. I don't want to do the math right now. But if you did 5 videos a week for 2020, how many videos would you have at the end of around 250? Isn't that crazy to think about? Like how many videos you have right now on your channel, or how many blog posts you have right now on your blog? Probably not 250, right? Maybe Paul might, or maybe I might, but you know, we've been in business for 10 years or something like that, right? But 1 year, you guys can have more content than most people, right? So that's the content. So consuming, learning a skill set, and then also, you know, creating some kind of content. Because I'll tell you right now, prospecting is great, or connecting is great, and you can make fast results and sales from that. But who in here wants to do that for the rest of their life, right? Like, prospecting, to get a sale. Who in here wants to do that for the rest of their life? I think we should all do it right now, maybe this next year. Do the 20 no's a day, or however you want, maybe just 20 connections a day, whatever you want to do, whatever goal you have. We should all do it for a short period of time. But in the future, I would love to just make connections. How cool would it be if your connections were all personal sales that you made already? Like, how cool would that be? Like if you're making 2 sales a day, and those are the people you connected with every day. How cool would that be to have a business like that, where the only people you had to connect with are sales, right? Well, that would be an awesome business, wouldn't it? Well, you can never get there if you never do content, right? If you're not doing the content part consistently. You do the content consistently for years, or maybe just this next year, and just see what happens, right? Then you can start generating autopilot sales eventually, from your content that you've created. And then learn some traffic methods, maybe paid traffic if you want to learn that stuff on the consume part, and then just get it out there and make it happen. So we have a resource for everybody. We want to talk about the resource that we have for content, and then we can move on to community.
Yeah, absolutely. Great stuff, Mike. So let me add just a couple of thoughts here. I'm going to show you guys the back office of our HBA Premium. So for the content to consume, of course, like leaders are readers. We want to be readers. There's all kinds of books we can read, all kinds of audios we can listen to. I will tell you every day for the last 10 years, and you guys can see this in the audio goldmine in the back office, since 2011, I and Mike, actually, for the most part, have been getting on this daily mastermind where we study Think and Grow Rich, the laws of success, the science of getting rich. Think about this for a second. Over 10 years, this is in our back office, right? Like every single day. Our last one, we closed out, let's see, when was it? 2019. Where's December? 2019. Oh, January. So December. But anyway, the year of perfect vision, that was our last one. We're going to pick up again January 6th. But the point of this is we cycle through on this mastermind daily our principles, right? For the Freedom Crusaders Manifesto, right? All the success laws from Napoleon Hill. And I will tell you, out of all the books that I've read, and I've read quite a few audios that I've listened to, I've come to believe that there are universal principles. Jim Rohn actually taught this. If you guys remember Jim Rohn, he said, one thing you got to do is you got to learn the setup. And he said there are universal laws that you can follow, that you can bank on. He always used to say, beware of someone coming across and saying, hey, I found a new principle. You know, he's like, not going to happen. That's like someone coming across and saying, I found a way to manufacture antiques. You know, there's these truths that have always been there. And so on that daily mastermind, Monday through Friday in our community, every morning for 30 minutes, you know, we have people who are having success from home share a message, and then we literally read through these principles. And I've been getting on that call for over a decade now. And you guys heard me say at the first part of this mastermind, I'm retired, right this year, right? So I look at that and I was like, I wonder if there's a correlation. I think there is. So I'd love to invite everybody, guys. If you're a member of HBA Premium, listen to those audios consistently. Tune into them, contribute to them, study with us, you know, be a part of that, be a product of the product. And you don't even have to be on HBA Premium. We've got the phone number that you can dial into. That is one thing that I would really recommend if you want to build a life of freedom. That's what those calls are designed for. And we do that every single day. They'll keep you focused on your purpose. They'll keep you focused on your vision. They'll inspire you. They'll uplift you. They'll pick you up when you fall down, right? That's what they're designed to do. So I would recommend that you consume those. And then also every Monday night, if you are a member of HBA Premium, here's another big one that I would recommend that you guys tune into is our Monday nights, right? Tonight we're doing it live for everybody. But every Monday night we have our weekly marketing mastermind where we've got all of our replays, right? And the idea is that, you know, who do you want to run with? You know, I think about like, okay, who do I want to run with? I want to run with people who are building a business from home, who are in the trenches, who are, you know, not just like, you know, going through content, but actually applying, right? And so every Monday, that's kind of what the Monday nights are in our community for our HBA Premium members is, you know, we go through the training, we go out in the market, we take action, you know, we apply, we see what's working, we see what's not working. And then Monday night, we come back and report. So if you can, would love to invite you to join us on those consistently. You know, if you really want to make 2020 a banner year for your home-based business, and whether it's us or maybe another community, you know, I don't want to be saying, hey, you only got to run with us. You know, I love what we're doing. But the point is you want to be connected with people who are on the same wavelength, who are doing the same things, right? What do we do in the academy? We work on our mindset, and we also work on marketing, right? And so if you'll plug into what we're doing, I think those are two great pieces of content you consume. And as far as the content you can create, I want to share just a couple of ideas that I think are really important. I think there are three most important types of content that you can create. And we've got a ton of training on this in HBA Premium on content creation, social media content creation. Here's my favorite is blog post content and YouTube videos that rank on the search engines. You know, like check this out. You know, this is a review that I did this last year. Right here, my blog post is #1 on Google. This is my video. This is my video. So just imagine this, ladies and gentlemen, when you've got a blog post out there, when you've got a video out there, there's literally people, it's like pipeline traffic. Like every day people get on the search engines and they look for information. Like, tell me about this company. Tell me about this comp plan. Tell me about this affiliate product. Tell me about this. Every day, there's like hordes of people looking for this information. So imagine if you can be the one that they find. They can find your blog post. They can find your YouTube video, right? And with our community, we've got a really unique way to help everyone capitalize on that if you guys want to participate. And that is a couple of things. So if you go to Facebook, and I would love to invite everyone to join this. If you type in HBA Syndication, and you can join this whether you're an active member of HBA or not. You don't have to be an active member, and you can still be a part of this group and get great value from it. We have a YouTube syndication thread. We have a blog post syndication thread where people, once you create a video, people will watch your video, comment on it, like on it, subscribe to your channel. When you post a blog post, you can post it in the blog thread. Amy LT left me great comments on my new piece of content that I'm working on ranking right now. That helps tremendously for getting good search engine rankings. And this is 100% free. So I would love to invite everyone, whether you're with us or not, get in this group and actually become an active content creator. This is another thing I've done consistently since 2009 that I wasn't doing. When I failed in 14 companies before 2009, what was I doing? I was going to meetings. I was making contact lists. I was calling friends and family, which was all fine. That produced a result. It helped me to make some initial money. But in 2009, when I went from struggling living in a single wide trailer house to making my first six-figure income, what was one of the things I was doing differently? I started creating videos. I started creating blog posts. I started working on getting that content to show up in the search engines. So I had a never-ending stream of leads and contacts coming to me that I could connect with, that I could email, that I can invite to look at whatever business that I was promoting. And guess what, guys? You can all do the same if we'll make a decision to focus on that. And I would also throw out a little strategy piece here. You know, there's a couple of different ways you can promote the content. You can approach the content creation. You can approach it in like, okay, how much content can I create? Let me just create as much as I can. And that's one strategy. And you know, that can work. Another strategy is, how can I be strategic and how can I create one piece of content that's really good and then do the work required so that one piece of content actually gets visibility in the search engines? And so you might actually in 2020, this is my strategy, just, you know, throw it out there as food for thought. I'm not going to be creating as much content as I can. I'm going to be creating good content. So I might create a blog post. My recent blog post was over 3,500 words, right? Why? Here's why. Because you can work against the search engine algorithm or you can work with the search engine algorithm. A lot of the content I created in my early years, no longer ranking. Why? Because I created it with a short-term mindset. I just wanted leads as fast as I could get them. I just wanted sales. So I threw together a page. I threw together a video. And yeah, I got the ranking. But guess what? Google wants to serve the searcher. So over time, I lost all of those rankings. So now looking back, it's like, I don't want that to happen again. So how do I work with the search engine? I create what they want me to create. So here's an easy way to evaluate your competition. If you've got a keyword, let's say you're talking to someone. Shannon, she posted a question in the Facebook group. What businesses are y'all building? I don't know who commented, but if you comment your company name or you're talking with a prospect and they're like, hey, I'm building this company. Wow, I've never heard of that company. Boom, that's a great idea for a blog post, a YouTube video. Go to the search engine, look at the results, and just ask yourself, is this good content? Is this good content? Could I create a better piece of content than what's here? And if the answer is yes, then you can create that good content. Now the search engine is going to want to put you to the top and they're going to want to stick you there, right? So I think those are really good pieces we can focus on creating in the coming year. And we've got some really great strategies also in addition to our syndication group. We are building out a private blog network. So you may or may not know what that is, and I'm not going to take the time to explain it here. We can post the link in the chat, and if you're watching the replay, we'll post the link down below. And again, you don't even have to be a member to take advantage of this. You can add your blog, if you have a blog, to the private blog network, and we will get you human written content on your blog to help you get more traffic, leads, and sales. And if you're a member of HBA Premium, you'll learn in our process, this is an extra very valuable thing you can utilize to actually get your content promoted to the top of the search engine. So those are some ideas on content. Mike, I'll throw it back to you for community if you want to share some ideas on community.
All right, sounds good. So yeah, one last thing on the content is emails too. So like when we're doing our videos and blogs and stuff, we want to be building an email list from that. So if you guys don't have your email list started, make sure you keep that in mind too, because one of the best ways to bring people back to your content or bring people back to your new webinars that you're doing, or even like invites, like if you want to invite people to a webinar, let's say we do a webinar that you can invite guests to. Well, guess what? If you have them on an email list, you can send out a quick email and send that invitation out immediately, right? And you don't have to do any new marketing. So it's kind of like, it's a great follow-up strategy to build an email list. And we always teach that in all of our training, but I wanted to make sure we covered that in content, because the content, so exactly, the funnel builder that we have, one of our products in our company, the $25 funnel builder, you can build capture pages to put inside of your blog posts, put inside of your videos, to capture name, email, and phone numbers. And then you can either follow up with them, quick emails or whatever, to get that out to them. So just wanted to mention that. And then in community, we kind of talked about this already a little bit, but a good community is always inviting you to be around the community, right? Like one of my mentors, he always talks about the campfire, right? Trying to build like a campfire atmosphere in your community. So we have a lot of different ways that we do in our community to kind of keep you guys involved and going. So one thing is Monday night masterminds. So this Monday is a little bit different because we invited everybody, but in our HBA Premium membership, we have a marketing mastermind. So we get together once a week. We talk about marketing and answer questions about marketing and review and do different things about marketing on our Monday nights. So that's like our marketing campfire, right? Where we just get around the campfire. We all have our webcams on and we hang out and we talk about marketing, right? So we do that every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our premium members, okay? The next thing is our daily calls, our daily mindset calls. Like, I don't know another community out there that does something daily as well, right? Like, I mean, there's been some that have done daily, but it's not been this consistent. Like Paul just mentioned before, since 2011, we have all the recordings, we have all the daily masterminds that we've done Monday through Friday. The only times we don't do them is during holidays, right? We want to make sure we're trying to build a business of freedom. So, you know, we don't like to make people work on holidays, right? Or on vacations or whatever like that. So we make sure to, during Christmas and New Year's, we don't really do the masterminds then, but the rest of the year, Monday through Friday, like clockwork. So that is our daily mindset call. Paul already kind of talked about that, so I don't have to go through that more. But we also have a Facebook group. But yeah, so we have a private Facebook group for our community. And the only qualification for you to get inside of this private group where you can ask questions and get answers from everyone in the community, including Paul and myself, who have earned, you know, over 7 figures from home. You can get answers to those questions and help from the community for free. I guess it's not for free because you got to at least own one of our products. So if you own the Funnel Builder or HBA Premium, so you can get involved for $1 for HBA Premium for a 7-day trial, or the Funnel Builder is just $25. So $25 a month, you can get access to this Facebook group. So that Facebook group is part of our community, and it's private for just HBA members. And then we also do live events. So Paul, do you want to talk about the live event a little bit? Like how many we've done so far?
And I'll just be really fast on this. But I will say, like, you know, one of the things that we really love is actually building a business from home, right? And so all of these events that we do, you know, they're all designed to help us build community, to help us train, to help us inspire, to help us build stickiness from home. That being said, we also realize that events are kind of important and can help, and events have helped us. But we've also seen things about events that we really don't resonate with. Like, I don't know if you guys have all been in companies where they're like, you know, sell everything you own, do whatever you can do to get to the event, make poor financial choices, do whatever you can do. If you don't get to the event, your life is going to be terrible, right? We say to that, bull. You know, we don't really agree with that. We want people to build freedom, and we think building freedom revolves around making good financial choices. And so with our event structure that we've got, our live event structure we've got in the academy, we said, okay, we're doing what would we like our events to look like? Number one, no pressure, right? So you can come if you want. If you don't want to come, totally cool. We still love you. We still appreciate you. We're still going to help you as best we can. That's the first thing. Second thing is we said, okay, well, we've got our product as a training product. Our live events we do virtually are all training, so do we want to have an event where we get together and we train? We're like, no, we don't want to do that. Like, we want to have events where we get together, we have fun, we build community, and we build relationships. And so we've actually done 2 live events. Our first one was in Branson, Missouri. Our second one was in Las Vegas, Nevada this last year. And our third one, we haven't planned yet. It'll be sometime this year. But that's just another thing that we're doing within the Home Business Academy community to do the best that we can to, solidify people's income, build relationships, network, mastermind, but do it in a way where nobody gets hurt. That's really important to us in our community. We want to make sure that everything that we do, we want to make the world a better place. We want to make people's lives better, right? We don't want people's lives to get worse because we came across their path. And the sad reality is that in some of the businesses we've been a part of and some of the businesses that there are out there, that actually happens, where sometimes people win at the expense of others losing. And we don't want that. We do not want that. We want to create something different. And so we have that, and whether you're going to attend our events and plug into our community or not, I think the important part to take away from this is that if you really want to build a business of significance and you want to build an income that is sticky and lasts, you cannot neglect community, right? You got to have a vision or be aligned with the vision, whether that's us or somewhere else. Our vision is freedom through principle-centered leadership. You got to have values that you believe in, that you can stand by, that people in the community can say, yes, I resonate with that. Yes, I want to champion that, right? That's part of community. It's like vision, values, and then things you do together as a community. That all creates good, strong culture and stickiness. And we've got a great one here that we're building, and we're going to continue to build it. So I'd love to invite you to be a part of it if you're not already. So
awesome. And yeah, and I'd one of them, we would definitely want to eventually do a cruise, which would be pretty cool event. Wouldn't that be awesome to go on a cruise together as a community? I think that would be a pretty cool. Now, we don't have that planned, but yeah, that's something that's on the agenda eventually, because that's where Paul and I met. We actually met on a cruise. Could you believe it? Like, we won a cruise together. Well, not together. Paul won a cruise and I won a cruise. And we were for a company, and then we went there and we met for the first time there. Now, obviously I was plugging into his mindset call. He didn't know me very much until then. And then we got to know each other there, but that's pretty cool that we met on a cruise. And that's one thing that we loved is, like, in that company, the one thing I remember about that company is that cruise. Right. And that actually kind of spurred our, partnership here in the Home Business Academy. Was right from there. So one of these days we definitely want to go on a cruise. Would love to know your guys' feedback on that. And then last thing on the events is we don't charge for them either. Like, we don't make these events a profit center. So the only thing you pay for is getting there. Right. Or if we do like a fun activity, then, we just charge for the activity. So like, if the activity costs $10, then, and if we have to collect the payments up front, then we just charge $10, right? There's no profit from the academy for these events. So that, to me, just shows you that our business model is not the events, right? There's some companies that their business model, they are the events, right? Like, they have, not only do they charge for the event, but they also sell you a bunch of stuff at the events, right? And to make profits. That's not our intention with these events. We don't charge anything. We don't charge ticket prices. We just build them. We don't pressure you to come, because we train you on webinars and then the back office, right? Webinars and the back office. That is our, training. So the events are for connections and community. Right? Connections and community. And that's what we do. So we don't charge for those, what do you guys think about that concept? Let me know in the chat. But anyway, so now the last thing on community. So we have community, Those are the 4 things we do for community: daily calls, mindset masterminds, our weekly marketing masterminds, Facebook groups, live events. And then the last part of our formula for this year is cash. So, and also keep in mind that everything that we offer as a community here can help you and support you in whatever you're building. So that's why we're talking about it a lot tonight, because we're just going to help you with whatever you're selling, whatever you're building. It really doesn't matter to us. You could sell what we have here if you'd like to make some commissions, 80% commissions. So that brings us to cash. Is, how can we help you make more cash, right? And one of the ways that we can help you make more cash is paying out a ridiculous amount of money on everybody that you make a sale with our company. And our comp plan is so easy to explain. Here's how it works. We have 3 different products, okay? The retail pricing on each product, the first product is a $25 funnel builder, which helps you build sales pages, capture pages, membership sites, if that's what you want to do, order pages if you want to sell your own products, things of that nature. Comparable products in the marketplace charge up to $50 all the way up to $300 a month. And we charge $25. So that's, again, giving more use value than we take in cash value, right? So that's one of our products. We pay 80% commission on all products. So that, what does that turn out to be? It turns out to be $20 commission on a $25 product, right? And there's a 1 level, so that's not a multi-level marketing. So it doesn't compete if you're in an MLM or any other company. It doesn't compete with those. It's just a 1-level affiliate program, just like Amazon has, right? Amazon has a 1-level affiliate program, and obviously Amazon doesn't compete with everything out there, right? You could sell Amazon books, 1-level commissions. The only problem is they only pay you like, what, 3 to 7% or something, depending on how many volume you have. So we do 80. Yeah, exactly. So we have an affiliate program like Amazon, but we pay 80% commission, which is 20 out of 25 on our funnel builder product. So that's pretty simple, right? And then, so our rules of our comp plan: 80% commission, 1 level, and you have to own the product to make a commission on the product. That's it. That's our comp plan in a nutshell. Our next product is HBA Premium. And HBA, if you guys don't know, is Home Business Academy, right? Hopefully you know that by now. But so HBA Premium, and that's our premium membership where we talk about marketing. We have skill set, simple skill set. We have advanced skill set like blogging, YouTube, things of that nature. And then Paul kind of already showed you the back office where we had all the training in there. But HBA Premium also has the marketing masterminds every week. That one's $125 a month product that pays $100 a month. So think about this for a second. How cool is it to sell a product that when you make 2 sales, you're in positive cash flow? I'll just tell you guys right now, CrossFit that I go to right now is $110 a month. Guess how much I make when I refer someone to CrossFit? Nothing, right? So they pay a 0% commission, right? But think about this. What it would be cool if I brought 2 customers to CrossFit and they paid me $80 a month, right? Commission, and I made a positive cash flow for that. Like, how cool would that be? Like, think about that for a second. Like, man, there's some of these other products out there that cost hundreds of dollars a month, but you don't make a profit when you make 2 sales. Like, in fact, I bet you if you run the numbers to my CrossFit gym, I guarantee 2 sales doesn't put them in positive cash flow from a company level. What do you guys think? Like, if they made $200, $110 sales, do you think that puts them in positive cash flow? Negative, right? They've got the building cost. They've got all the equipment costs. They've got employees. They've got all these different things that they pay for. 2 sales does not put them in positive cash flow, but 2 sales here does. So you make 2 sales here, you're making a profit. 2 sales and you're in profit. Same with our funnel builder. 2 sales pays you what? $40 a month, and you're only paying $25 a month. So that's positive cash flow with 2 sales, right? Those are 2 front-end residual products. And then we have one last product, which is a financial literacy product. And this is where all of our financial literacy type stuff, like getting out of debt, saving on taxes. One module in there that I'll say that is worth the whole shebang is I've been paying an accountant for years. In fact, this year I was paying him $450 a month to do all my bookkeeping, right? And to do all my taxes. Also, he was doing other things for me. But for everything, it was like $450 a month. Then I got it down to $200 a month, right? Because I started doing a couple things on my own. Got it down to $200 a month. And then I went through Paul's training on QuickBooks online. And I started just going through that. I'm like, man, this doesn't look that hard, right? So then I just started going through and doing my own books. And it takes literally a couple minutes a week, which I thought was crazy. And I already got all the tips from the accountant, like, the deductions I can do. So I know which ones I can deduct and all this different things. So I already knew all the expenses that I could do. So I was like, what am I paying this guy for? $200 a month. So I just started doing it myself from Paul's training, just kind of got me kickstarted. And now I've eliminated that entire cost. So I don't know what that equals, like $200 a month for 12 months. What's like $2,400 a year, right? Something like that. So $2,400 a year I'm saving from doing my own bookkeeping myself. And the product retail cost is $1,000 for that product. Now, people have the opportunity when you first join to get a 50% discount on that, which, is a $500 price point, which pays out what? $400 up front, right? $400 up front. So that's a product, or $400 up to $800 up front on that product. So again, that one module alone more than pays for the product itself. So again, more use value than cash value, right? And we can make $400 commissions up front from a product that is super valuable that people can use to save money, get out of debt, and all those different things. So that's our comp plan in a nutshell. We have 3 products. They all pay 80% commissions. All the products are 2 and you're in profit. There's even a payment plan, which I thought was kind of cool. Like with our financial literacy product, let's say someone comes in and does the 3 payment plan or the 4 payment plan, whatever one they choose, right? Let's say they do the 3-month payment plan and they pay $200 a month for the product. Well, did you guys know that you can do the payment plan, pay $200, turn around, make a $400 or a $500 sale, right? And make $400 commission and be in positive cash flow on your first sale, right? Now, obviously you're going to have the other 2 payments, but I just thought that was kind of interesting and funny that someone could do a payment plan and make more money than they actually paid their first sale, right up front. And I was like, man, that's kind of like, that's almost like cheating the system, right? It's like using other people's money in a way, using the payment plan option if you're tight on funds. So those are our 3 products. We're not adding any other products. We're just kind of, adding things to them. So like anything to do with capture pages, sales pages, membership sites, we add it to the funnel builder training, right? Anything that has to do with marketing, skill set, mindset, we add it to HBA Premium. Anything that has to do with financial literacy, like there's certain investments that Paul is doing, like with mobile homes and different things like that. That stuff goes into the financial literacy product. So if I do some kind of investment that's working for me, obviously we're not going to give you investment advice, but I'm going to share with what I'm doing. And we add that into the financial literacy product. So we have 3 different products that do 3 different areas of life. Like Paul just said, he retired 100% from home by following the steps, right? He has more investments, paying him more cash flow than his expenses right now, which makes him free. And that's what we learn in financial literacy. So we have the 3 different pegs of our product line. Right now, we have no plans to add any other products on top of that. We're just going to beef the ones we have up. I'm never going to say never. Who knows down the future? Maybe we could add another product. I don't know. But right now, we don't have plans for it. We're just adding to these three, and to help you guys make more cash. So that's the cash part of our thing. So anything you want to add to that, Paul?
No, that was awesome. That was awesome. And I'll throw out one other thought, and then we'll open it up. You guys can come out, ask questions, share your thoughts. If you've gone through the products, feel free to come on out, share the value that you've got. If you've learned something in our community, if you've appreciated being a part of what we're doing, please come out and share, because we'll be sending this out to probably people who maybe are just learning about the Home Business Academy, and it'll be great for them to hear from people in the community or people who have bought the product. So do come out. But I guess the last thing that I want to share is, when I first saw my very first network marketing presentation, it was in this old rundown warehouse in Blackfoot, Idaho. It was actually a warehouse that nobody was using. And so someone, I think, rented it really, really cheap. And I was living in a trailer house, and I took my wife after work one night. She was pregnant with our first son. And we were sitting on these, folding metal chairs, and we were sitting in the front row. And I graduated from college. I was working at this job, making $11.09 an hour. And I literally just thought, like, okay, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. This is life. I graduated. Now I'm making money, and I'm, starting a family. And this is what there is. This is my path. And I remember sitting on these folding metal chairs with my wife sitting next to me, and this person in the front of the room drawing these circles on a whiteboard, talking about how, you could build this income that would keep coming in after you stopped working, and you could be free. And I was sold. Like, I was like, I love that. Like, why on earth would you do anything else with your life? Like, why would you do anything other than that? This makes sense to me, right? I bought that idea. I fell in love with that idea. I joined that first business. I worked for a year, didn't make any money. Then I joined another company, didn't make any money. And then 14 companies later, still hadn't made any money, right? But I fell in love with that idea. And that idea drove me, right? It drove me. And, here we are on this webinar in 2019, still fighting for that idea. Like, that's the idea that I love. That's the idea that I fell in love with. Along the way, I've experienced a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of things associated with that idea that I didn't love, being treated in the wrong way, having commission stolen from us, having company owners and leaders doing things for a profit instead of, what those things will do to help the people that they're serving. But at the core, there was this idea, to be able to build a life of freedom, a life where your life matters, your words matter, the things you say make a difference for people. A life where the income comes in, and you can do what you want to do. Like, that idea was always core. And I think, this is just my thoughts. Like, the Home Business Academy is a continuation, a distillation of how can we make that idea a reality, or at least a possibility in a good way for people. How can we make a space and a vehicle and a system where that idea can be pursued, it can be championed, it can be worked towards, and all in a way where people feel good, everyone wins, nobody loses. There's the home business profession sometimes has a black eye, and I think there are some good reasons the home business profession has a black eye. And we just believe that we can be the change we wish to see in the world. We can separate all those things we don't love. We can add in the things that we love, and we can continue to create this space. And I just have it in my heart that the Home Business Academy needs to be in the world, and we're here fighting. We've got this logo on our shirt that's this oak tree that has a lot of meaning, but I'll tell you one of the meanings is that we plant ourselves on solid ground, and the oak tree doesn't move. The oak tree stays. The oak tree weathers the storms. And here we are, as Mike said earlier, after 3 years in business, and we're going strong. We've got more customers than we've ever had. We've got more people making money than we've ever had. And still, we're a seed, but I believe that we're a seed that's going to be growing into an oak tree. And we would just love to invite everyone here. If you resonated with something that we said tonight, and maybe you felt something, you're like, hey, this is a group of people that I believe in. These are principles. These people are speaking my language. we'd love to invite current members, to make a new decision, make a commitment, run with us, help us. We need all the leadership we can get. And that's another thing I'll throw out there is like Mike and I, we don't have to be front and center. Neither one of us, the mission is what's important to us. Freedom through principle-centered leadership. Ego is not important to us. What's important to us is what can we do to serve the mission? What can we do to serve the people? So what that means is that as people rise up in the community, as Todd rises up, we brought Todd out a lot, Derek, Amy Starr Allen, Jim and Christy Hall. We want to issue a call to people everywhere. If you believe in the mission of freedom through principle-centered leadership, we need your help. We need your leadership. Help us. Be committed. Rise with us. Run with us. Let's create this amazing thing together. Let's help people together. And I just really believe in what we're doing, and I'm excited to be a part of it. And I'm thankful that all of you guys joined us tonight and stuck with us for this long. We've gone like an hour and 40 minutes, which that never was the intention. We thought we were going to be done in an hour, but we're just really excited about what we're doing. And I really believe that the year 2020 can be a big year for you. And for us as a community. And the last thing I'll say is, hopefully you can feel that we've just got good intentions. We've been so tired of being beaten around in so many different ways and tossed left and right and to and fro on whims of people. We just had enough of it. 3 years ago, Mike and I said we're either going to get out of home business altogether and we're just going to go get a job, which is a really sad thing to say after being, in home business for the number of years that we were in. But that's really where we were at. We're like, we're just sick of this. We're tired of preaching a dream that is not manifesting for so many people. We're just tired of a lot of it. And we said, we're either going to go get a job and get out of it, or we're going to try to create something that we can be really proud to be a part of. And if nothing else, Mike, I don't know about you, but I know I can say that I'm really proud of what we've created together as a community. I'm really proud of it. I just feel that it's good, and people who get started with us and who go through our products or, attend a conference call that we do or a mastermind, we get all kinds of messages. People come away inspired. People come away with hope. And it's a good thing. And nobody gets hurt here. And I love that. I love being a part of something where everybody wins, and we're going to stay true to that. We're not perfect. We'll be the first ones to tell you we're not perfect. We're just people that have good desires for ourselves and others, and we want to, fulfill our potential in the world. And we would love to invite you guys to help us because we really need all the help we can get. And last thing, I'll share this quote. This quote's inspired us for many years, is from Margaret Mead. She said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, concerned citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has." And we believe in that quote. And the Home Business Academy is a manifestation of that people can stand together to do the right thing and help people in the best way they can. And it can turn into something great. And I'm just so excited to see what we continue to create together. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and unmute the lines, or you guys can unmute yourselves. If you guys have any comments, questions, come on out. We'd love to hear your voices tonight. I did have a school board meeting to go to, but I missed it, so I'm not going to go to that. So I've got some time to stick around. Awesome. Amy. Go ahead. Amy Starr Allen.
I don't have a question. I just wanted to say, first of all, thank you for everything that you've created here. Hopefully I'm not going to get super emotional, but I might. I just want to say, like, some of the things that, I've been in this industry for a really long time, and kind of like what Paul was saying, I've, been in a place for a while where I thought I was done because, I've been hurt and I've had income streams pulled out from under me. I'm a single mother. It's been frustrating to, like you were saying too, Paul, to like bring people in who sell their car to get to an event and have these hopes and dreams and never make their money back, or, and I just got tired of it. And I got tired of the lack of integrity that I've seen in the industry in different ways. And I just feel so grateful for you guys because I feel like I finally, like, there's a place that we can come where we can feel like, for me, it feels like home. It's like, here's like-minded people who have good intentions. The, some things that come to mind when I think about this place are generosity, like the level of generosity that is available here with the, the training and the commissions and just like everything that you do, everything. Like, you don't charge people, you don't make money on events, like any of it. It's all just super generous, not to mention you turn around and help feed people with part of the money, like it's just such an amazingly generous company. The integrity, I know I say that all the time. I say it every time I talk about you guys because it's such an important thing to me, is to know that, we're in business with people that we can trust, and that you're really here to be in it for the long haul, which is so important for anybody that's been with a company that wasn't committed to that. So I definitely appreciate that about you guys. The community speaks for itself. I mean, it's just an incredible community of people. It's so full of love. I love that you guys, there's like an everybody matters philosophy. People come in and are welcomed in a way where everybody just really gets how important they are. Every single person is important here, and that just feels really good. I love welcoming new people in here, because I know that they're going to be taken care of, and it's, everybody takes care of each other in here. And then just the wisdom, like to be, for us to be able to be in a community that's led by you guys who are just so brilliant. And so, like, I haven't been on a lot of the masterminds, but I always watch the replays, and the amount of, and Paul and Mike, but then, Todd, like so many of the other leaders inside of this community, the amount of wisdom that's in this community that's available to us is there's no place else you need to go to learn whatever you want to learn about building a business on the internet, in my opinion. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I just want to say thank you. I'm just so grateful to have a place like this, to be able to tap back into a family like this after, not knowing if I was ever gonna see anything like this again. So thank you.
Thank you, Amy. You're amazing. You've got such a great heart, and your words just inspire the heck out of me. You just, that's it. Like, the emotion that came through when you were talking about being a single mom and believing in something and then just having it being yanked away. Like, that is not right. It's not right, and so we want to create a space that's good, and you're helping us to do that. So thank you for being here, and thanks for sharing those words. And you're right. Like, what can we do together when we're all aligned with a good intention, and we're all like wanting to do the same thing, and we're all willing to share the best of what we've got for the good of the mission? Like, it just blows my mind when I think about what's possible. I think we haven't even tapped into the beginnings of what we could do together with that. So Todd, G-Man.
I'll come out. I posted something on Facebook a while back, but I really feel like this is a family, and I resonate with what Amy said. In fact, it reminds me of the Cheers theme song. You want to go somewhere where everybody knows your name, right? And I feel like this is a family. And I think some of us, or most of us, have been involved in several companies. I know I've been up and down with companies, and I was rising in a company and the company went out of business. I jumped to another company and it went out of business. And then, I never felt like they really had my best interest at heart. They only have my wallet at heart. It's like, you got to upgrade, you got to go all in, you got to do this. If you don't go all in, and I don't know, and you guys, it's like, I've never seen people of your success willing to help everybody else in the community that you do. And it's not for money. It's not for, it's not to get my wallet. It's like you are truly invested in everybody's success. And together we grow, better as a community than we do as individuals. So I just want to echo what Amy said. And I do have the Cheers theme song running in my head in the back right now. So anyway, I just wanted to say thank you. I appreciate everybody here, the community. I mean, everybody that shows up for the masterminds every week, Jim and Christy, they always add so much value. Derek, Satoris, I mean, there's so many people. Robert, I can't name them all. Deb Palmer, obviously she does so much behind the scenes. I wish I could remember everybody, but I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you, Todd. And the song, Everybody Knows Your Name, and then you have the G-Man. So is that okay that we call you the G-Man? Todd the G-Man. Everyone knows Todd's name. Cool, man. Great thoughts, Todd. Thank you for that. And, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but that's one of the reasons that we don't really focus on income results in our community. Like, we don't say, hey, so-and-so made X amount of money. We consciously decided not to do that because there's like pros and cons, right? Like, the pro is you want to recognize people for their achievements, but then the con is that everyone who's not making that amount of money all of a sudden feels less than, right? And not as important. And so in our community, we said, hey, when we do the look who got paid, we'll usually list Mike and Paul at the bottom. Even though Mike and Paul are some of the top affiliates, we put us at the bottom because, like, we're here to serve, and we list everybody. So that way, like, someone who came in and made a $20 commission is being recognized on the same list as someone who came in and made a few $1,000s. And, like, I think that's cool. Like, I've never seen that before. But it kind of like echoes or is an example of what, Todd and Amy were kind of talking about, where everyone really is important. Every single person is important here in the academy. So who is next? Anyone else want to come out?
Can I come out? Jim?
Yep, come on out. Jim.
Hey, guys. Hey, I met Mike and Paul probably in 2013 at an event at a Rockies game. I know they're not real proud of that event because of some of the things that happened, but I met them there, and it was really awesome to actually hang out and have that in my mind, to know that these guys are real. They've been this way for years and years. And that, besides that, I just wanted to say that because I know some people are doubting some of this is going on, but I've been following these guys for a long time. And besides that, what I really love about this Monday Night Mastermind is Christy and I can bring a small idea and present it, or follow up behind someone else's small idea, and we can all snowball it together and actually grow it into something that's actually becoming quite successful from a brand new seed. We talk about a seed growing into a tree. We're growing seeds into trees every week, and we work on it week after week after week. And I think it's just amazing. And like you said, I've not made a ton of money doing this yet, but I've made a ton of friends and I've made a ton of connections, and I can see 2020 being a big, big year if we just stay together and share our content and keep growing and keep staying true to the message. Stop bouncing. I mean, that's been a big problem of mine, is bouncing before I ever get rooted in. And I'm happy to be here and get rooted. And that's all I really wanted to say. I love you guys. Love all of you. Thanks.
Thank you, Jim. And please tell Christy, thanks for her contributions. And, that idea, I don't know who was, maybe it was you guys who brought up the group idea. I don't know who originally brought it up, but it came in, and then we masterminded it and we made some tweaks and enhanced it. And yesterday I welcomed 90 people into my group. And then today, another 19 came in since I welcomed the 90 yesterday. And that would not be in my life had we not masterminded this idea together on those Monday night masterminds. It's crazy.
Well, and you said something about the 50 a day thing. Well, we found out that 100 a day is the most it will hold. So we've been over 100 a day on Christy's group. So
wow.
So yeah, it's working like gangbusters. It's crazy.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you for that. Anyone else want to come out, guys? We want to give everyone a shot, but also don't want anyone to feel pressured. And I think this might be the longest webinar we've ever done in the Home Business Academy. So don't feel like we're going to be doing 2-hour webinars every Monday night, guys. Don't let that scare you off.
Yeah, that's funny that this would be the longest, because I remember back in the day we would, go on webinars that were like, what, 3 or 4 hours or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's kind of funny. But yeah, we like to strive on our Monday marketing masterminds, to 1-hour webinars and make sure we're keeping, everybody, or respecting everybody's time. But we decided to do, what's funny about why we're even doing tonight is we just asked people, hey, should we take the couple weeks off, for the New Year's and Christmas? And then there was a bunch that wanted to still come on these webinars. And tonight, we have the biggest turnout so far out of the last couple weeks. So I think it's kind of cool. So that we decided to still hold it and do our mastermind throughout, the holiday season. So, we didn't do the morning mindset calls, but we did this marketing one. So.
Yeah, and Todd messaged me last night, and he's like, hey, I'm excited about our mastermind tomorrow night, and I got these ideas. And then this morning, Gregory Pierre Lewis, I think is his name, commented in the group, I'm so excited about the mastermind tonight. So anyway, here we are doing a mastermind. So I think that's it, guys. We're at 2 hours. So, hey, everyone, thanks for being here. And those of you who are on the replay or here live, want to encourage you to take action with us in whatever way you want to take action with us. We'll have some free resources below that you can utilize to get free training, grow your business, get your content promoted. And then if you want to take it to a next level and monetize with us, there's those 3 options: the Funnel Builder, HBA Premium, and then also the Financial Literacy Academy. Really, at the end of the day, what we want to do, hopefully, is inspire you to set a great purpose for this next year, to be purpose-driven, have that vision in mind, number 1. Number 2, have a vehicle that you can trust and believe in. And, Amy, what you said about the trust, I was thinking tonight, it's like, okay, we're not here to convince you to promote the Home Business Academy, by the way. We believe in freedom, right? So what that means is we respect whatever anyone wants to do. That being said, what am I promoting? I'm promoting the Home Business Academy. This is my focus for this next year, of course. It's been my focus for the last 3 years. And I was thinking today, what is one of the reasons why I'm going to continue to promote the Academy? And it boils down to trust. I trust it. I trust this platform, partly because, I know that there's nobody above me that can steal my income. There's nobody above me that can change the comp plan. There's nobody above me that can say, hey, let's close the company down, right? Because Mike and I are at the top, as far as starting the company. So I trust us. I trust our hearts. And I also trust the hearts of the community. And I know that we would never want to let you guys down, So because of that, this is the vehicle that I'm going to promote this year. And whether you're going to promote the Academy or something else, I think that's an important thing is, promote what you trust. That's a big one. So if we can fill part of that for your plate this next year, we would love to be able to do that. Click the link below, get started with us in whatever way you can. And with that, have an awesome New Year tomorrow night, guys. Be safe, and we'll hopefully hear you or see you here, I think, whenever we come back next. So, all right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all the contributions. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Mike.
Hey, love you guys.
Thanks, Jim.
Good night.
Thank you, Robin. Good night, everyone.